Raj, Gaikwad with us. Rudu, really not going your way today.
Well, not today. I would say since the last three games, it's not really going our way. We are trying to improve. We are trying a level best on all three departments, but I think it just not went our way.
Now, one area of major concern for you is power play. When you look at the season so far, one score over 60, and you've lost far too many wickets in that period.
Well, definitely, I think power play definitely is a major concern for us, even in the batting department, even in the bowling department. It's always that we are giving away either 15, 20 runs in power play, or we are losing too many wickets in the power play. So definitely, we spotted that since the first game as well, since the second game as well. As I said, we are trying, but it's just not happening.
Rutu Haydos, could you be accused of just trying too hard?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Could you be accused of trying too hard? It seems like you're burdened with these issues around the power play, and some of the innings that you've had have actually been affected by lack of fielding as opposed to batting and bowling. But how do you go about just being free again, being Chennai Super Kings and being free?
Actually, you are spot on. It was. I just think that we are slightly more concerned, or being more tentative. Whoever is coming in the bowl in power play, either being under pressure, or sometimes batting in power play. Just that one wicket, we are losing it every time in the first or second over. We obviously don't want to lose the second wicket, but you still want to be positive in a game of T20 cricket. You still want to play with that confidence, but as I said, I think we are just over concerned about things in the power play. Rest, I think we are just doing well. Even in the field, I feel it's just about being on the back foot slightly on our heels and not being on the toes. So it's just one of those days where everyone needs to come together to make those things happen. We cannot just wait and hope for things to happen. But right from ball one, every time we go into the field as a batting unit, as a bowling unit, I think we need to make those things happen.
And what about intent towards the back end of the innings there? There was a period of 7, 8, 10 overs where 3 or 4 boundaries were hit. And there were a lot of singles being taken, but the intent for that big over wasn't there.
I think since power play, we were always playing a catch-up game. We were two behind, and we had one batter less this time as well. We had Ash at number 8, and we didn't have Overton. So I think the plan was to take it as deep as possible, and look if we had a chance later on. But I think DC bowled really well at the end. Used the conditions really well, and we just couldn't get that one big over. Even when Shivam was batting, I think we were looking for momentum at that point in time, but we just couldn't get it.
Well, tough luck today, Raj. Just clear that mind, come out and play some entertaining cricket.
Cheers, thanks, Ravi sir.
It can happen when you try too hard and your mind gets clouded, nothing goes your way. Just needs one spark of brilliance or one good innings and a good power play, and things could turn around.
Yeah, just overthinking sometimes the group, don't you? Stuck in a bit of a hole.
Yeah, it's all Raj Gaikwad there. But when you speak to Mitchell Stark, Mitch, you'll be a happy man. The way the boys have come out, the way you guys have started, 3 on the trot, looks promising.
Yeah, can't be unhappy with that, can you? So, our first away game, I guess, two games in Vizag, and then I think a pretty good performance again today. We obviously batted first, and I think that the whole batting lineup sort of adjusted conditions really well. And we sort of looked at the start of the game, looked at the average score, and we think we're probably on par or just above. Still needed to bowl well, and I think, as we saw, power play wickets again, and then our spinners were fantastic. But I think all the bowling unit was fantastic throughout.
Yes, a great intent with the bat, but even when you look overall at the day's play today, there were contributions from many players, 7, 8 players, and that makes a difference, doesn't it?
100%. I think that's obviously key in all cricket, but particularly in T20 cricket, where you can sort of go through the ebbs and flows of the intent, and you sort of take a step back. But as I said, I think everyone adjusted conditions really well with the bat and with the ball. We fielded well again today, so really happy performance.
Yeah, very good all round, Mitch. Danny here. Talk me through Vizag, day game. This is a day game here. The subtle differences with the pitch here in Chennai?
Yeah, still bloody hot. Subtle differences. Obviously, I guess the red soil here, probably felt like it had a little bit more pace than Isaac, but it was still sort of a bit too pace. I think some of the guys batting first said it skidded a little bit, but obviously took a bit of turn, and I think I thought it was it's one of those most used terms with the two pace wicket where sort of the variation stuck in the wicket a little bit. Obviously one side was big, so if you could defend one side, I think that played a big part. So as I said, I think all the bowlers adjusted really well to obviously the long side and the conditions, and the wickets obviously helped as well.
What about that Yorker? Tell me about that go-to Yorker. You're working obviously a lot on that nets.
Yeah, I think everyone knows it's coming, but if you can execute it, it's still a good ball. You know, it's probably going to go to the boundary, but yeah, as I said, the other game, I think bowlers have got to. You can't afford to have an ego these days in T20 cricket. You've got to try and search for things outside the box, try and be subtly different, or try and not be predictable. So obviously a different batting lineup with Chennai as opposed to our last game against Sunrisers, but if you can adjust, if you can try and stay a little bit ahead or defend one side, I think they're the little things that can increase the margin for error as a bowler.
Well, Mitch, well done. You've had a good start, but save the best for the last, like last year.
Thank you, cheers.
Mitch Stark was terrific in that final last year in the IPL, and Chennai Super Kings today outplayed by the Delhi Capitals. They won their third game on the trot with muster just 158 for 5 from their 20 overs. The target was a lot more than that. It was 184.
Yeah, they worked well, didn't they? Just exponential start, 1 for 27 12 dots there, 2 for 27 with Raj. Very impressive, 1 for 36 and Mukesh. So a lot of variety. Changes Kuldeep, so this class as well at 1 for 30. So very good indeed. All round, very happy Delhi Capitals. 183 for 6, way too good in the end. Rahul, 77. 33, a 24, a 21, they all contributed. And then in reply, the Super Kings. 158 for 5. Shaker, a slow 69 not out. Proud not to see MS Dhoni with his 30 not out, but man, it's a comfortable margin. The other Capitals by 25. Capitals, Kings, and the World Challengers. Never won this title. On the top of the tree there in the first 3, and then the Gujarat Titans who had won the IPL just a few years ago. They won 4th. Everyone else has got a bit of work to do to catch up to be in the top 4. Well, with that first year for 183, really looking. Ratchet, good ball, Fish. That was good. Raising the period down his throat into the screen. That was how we done it. Great first. No one winner. Look at that dead eye. I'm glad Codel's struggling to get out of first gear.
Yeah, there was no timing whatsoever. No real confidence. We read the draft golf. I mentioned that actually in the post-match interview. But it was just no concerted effort. Shiva Dubé is usually brilliant this phase. He's a real master blaster. He catches the interesting stuff. Just couldn't find a way, Danny. At this stage, it was almost 15, 16 runs and over. And then these little play bowlers like Kuldeep, they came into their own, spinning sideways, unblown. May want to just look into their fielding a little bit because they took some beauties, but there were a couple of opportunities put down as well for DC, which is not